All right, guys, it's matchmaking time. 2 fight cards this Saturday. It was very hectic watching it. I'm watching one on my big TV. I'm watching one on my iPad. It was very, very hectic to watch, but we got it done. I'm going to matchmake every key fighter from both promotions, right? From MVP on Netflix and from the UFC fight night, Arnold Allen versus Melky Costa. Let's start. Arnold Allen, he beat Melky Costa 4-1 or 5-0. Fifth round got a little sketchy. Melky Costa was putting some pressure on him. Arnold Allen took him down, secured the fifth round, secured the W in the decision win. Let's have Arnold Allen fight the last person who won a featherweight main event. Let's have him fight Aljamain Sterling. Both these fighters not really ready for a contendership for that featherweight title picture, right? You still have like Diego Lopez is still there. You still have like Gene Silva, Mozart Evloev. They're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. Have Aljamain Sterling fight against Arnold Allen. They're probably like top 6 guys in that featherweight division. They'll be one away from a contendership spot if with the win. So I think them two should fight. It makes a lot of sense. Melky Costa lost versus Arnold Allen. I think he should be fighting the loser of that Aljamain Sterling main event, which was Yusuf Zalal. Both of these fighters, no one gives a shit about. Let's be honest. Let's be truthful. No one gives a shit about these guys. Okay. And they're top 10 guys, but they're kind of far away from the title picture because it's really log jammed at featherweight because they gave an unnecessary title bout to Diego Lopez, which kind of, and Volkanovski really doesn't fight as much as he used to. So these two should be match made for each other. It makes a lot of sense. Both off of losses. UFC loves to do that shit. Both those guys off of losses, have them fight each other, build some momentum from one of those fighters. It makes sense. Mike Perry. Who should Mike Perry be fighting? He destroyed Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz ended up quitting on the stool. We should have Mike Perry be fighting Darren Till. Darren Till signed with BKFC, 3-fight deal. He hasn't fought once yet. So maybe Mike Perry comes back to BKFC to fight Darren Till. That makes a lot of sense to me. That's 2 big names. Or Mike Perry tries to get Darren Till co-promote with BKFC to do a MVP MMA card and have them two fight each other in MMA. That makes a lot of sense as well. Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz. I don't want to see that rematch. They were talking about that rematch. I don't want to see it. I mean, Nate Diaz has a lot of scar tissue, and Mike Perry in the clinch is nasty. Those elbows, those upward elbows. Oh my god, the dirty boxing. It was just too much for Nate Diaz. His face was too bloody. He couldn't see. He had to quit on the stool. Nate Diaz, who should he be fighting? I think he should be fighting an MMA debutant, right? Someone that has never fought MMA before. I think he should be fighting Jake Paul. This makes a lot of sense to me. Nate Diaz, if you want to fight Jake Paul because it's a payday, right? You want to get paid. It's a payday. Jake Paul, you could try to beat Nate Diaz. He's probably the best name you can beat. That is a name value, right? I don't think you can beat like a Tyron Woodley in MMA. I don't think you can beat Mike Perry in MMA, but I think you can beat Nate Diaz in MMA because he's kind of soy. So this fight makes a lot of sense to me. Do Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. That'll be a huge fight on Netflix. It makes a lot of sense. Dooho Choi. Who should Dooho Choi be fighting? He beat Daniel Santos pretty badly in the second round, was getting caught a lot in the first. Daniel Santos started very, very hard, threw a lot of looping hooks, overhands, uppercuts that were nice and that were hitting Dooho Choi in the face pretty flush. And I think Dooho Choi, he stayed composed. He started working his boxing, working the jab, dropped him with body shot. He got the win. He called out Patricio Pitbull. You make that Patricio Pitbull fight. These two should fight each other because both these guys aren't going to be top 15 in the division, right? Just give these guys an exciting fight. This will be an exciting fight. Dooho Choi, a very good striker. Patricio Pitbull, a very good striker as well. Have them two fight each other. It makes a lot of sense. Both are like kind of in their crescendo, right, of their career, the twilight of their career. Have them fight each other. They're not really fighting for anything besides for paychecks anyway, so have them fight each other makes a lot of sense. Next, Francis Ngannou beats Felipe Lins. Felipe Lins, former light heavyweight, 220 pounds only. Francis Ngannou did not look great in that fight. I'll tell you that. He did not look great at all. Like, at all. He looked terrible. Like, his mechanics were bad. Like, you would think coming from boxing, the way that McGregor came back from boxing, from Floyd, like, his jab would be crisp. Everything would be crisp about his hands. But it did not look crisp at all. He ends up landing a goofy, long lead hook that hurts Felipe Lins, knocks him out. We should get Francis Ngannou, the guy that called him out, right? Robelas Espana, called out after he got the victory over Junior Dos Santos, called out Francis Ngannou. You make that fight. It makes a lot of sense to me, honestly, if this fight was made. It's either him or Jalton Almeida. Like, who else do you want, man? The heavyweight division is so thin. Or do you want Jay Collier? You want him? Like, it's Andrei Arlovsky. Like, it's so thin in the UFC already. So, like, how thin is it outside the UFC? Maybe do Rico Verhoeven after he loses to Usyk. if he actually looks half decent in that fight, it makes a lot of sense as well. But Francis Ngannou versus Rubelas Espana, it makes sense. Both guys are athletic freaks, right? Big for the heavyweight division. That makes a lot of sense. Modestas Bukauskas, he beat Christian Edwards, split decision. He should be fighting a guy that used to be ranked. He had a submission victory over Ivan Erslan. Have him fight Jimmy Crute. This fight makes a lot of sense to me. Both guys aren't ready for top 15, right? They're not ready. We saw Modestas Bukauskas get killed by freaking Nikita Krylov. Okay, these two should fight each other. I think this fight makes a lot of sense between the both of them. Jimmy Crute's a very good very good submissions. Modestas Bukauskas, decent takedown defense, but he definitely can be taken down. But Bukauskas has good hands as well. Leaves his chin in the air. Jimmy Crute loses his chin in the air. It could be a knockout by either guy or a submission victory by Jimmy Crute. It's going to be a good fight, right? Next, Juan Diaz beats Malcolm Wallmaker. Fraud checks again 2 times. Malcolm Wallmaker got fraud checked. Who do you want Juan Diaz to be? I didn't think Juan Diaz had a chance to win this fight. I thought Malcolm Wallmaker was going to be more poised, land the jab, be more calculated in his strikes, and he wasn't. He was still throwing wild. And after the middle of the fight prior, I was thinking like, damn, I don't think Malcolm Wallmaker is going to win this fight. I think he's just like too sloppy. And it ended up true. He has bad mechanics. Juan Diaz, very crisp, very everything's very technical with Juan Diaz. He fought very well. He should be fighting a veteran, all right? Because Malcolm Wallmaker, it's a good win. Like, people now know who Juan Diaz is. Remember, they gave Malcolm Wallmaker like that superstar treatment. They're like, okay, we'll give you, after that Cameron Simon win, we're gonna give you Chris Matinho to get that highlight KO. Then we try to give you a bum and Ethan Ewing, who turns out not to be a bum at all. Then now Juan Diaz beats him. Do Juan Diaz versus Ricky Simone. That fight makes sense a lot. Both are very good fighters, like really good wrestler versus a really good MMA fighter in Juan Diaz. Have them fight against each other. It makes sense to me, right? Well, Ricky Simone hasn't fought in a while. He had to draw his last fight. Have him fight. Next is Malcolm Wallmaker. Who should Malcolm Wallmaker be fighting? I don't think he should be fighting anyone really good. If you want to build him up, right, you can build him up. But I think this fight will be a good fight, as in just watching it, because first of all, you can do this fight in like China or Japan or wherever it is, because Malcolm Wallmaker is half Asian. Fun fact. And you do Malcolm Wallmaker for Zhao Long. Zhao Long just lost to Cody Garbrandt, but he basically won but lost because he had 2 nut shots, -2 points there. But he basically won the fight. He won 2 rounds to 1. And you do this fight. This fight will be fireworks. Have this fight be made. It's a beautiful fight. That's great matchmaking right there by me. Next is Ronda Rousey. I could have put Ronda Rousey earlier, but she said she was retiring. If she doesn't retire, I think you have to make that Cat Zingano fight. That fight makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I want to see her in the UFC, Ronda Rousey, and fight Juliana Pena, because I think she'll smoke Juliana Pena, like badly smoke Juliana Pena if they fought. So Cat Zingano versus Ronda Rousey. This will be a rematch. Cat Zingano lost in like 14 seconds in a title fight to Ronda Rousey a decade and a half ago. So make this fight. It makes a lot of sense. Cat Zingano was on the presser, right, at the MVP promotions on Netflix, and saying, yeah, I was training with Ronda, trying to make her better, but I also want to look for this fight if they can make this fight happen. And I think they should make this fight happen, honestly. I think that Cat Zingano will be better than Gina Carano, what she did. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a good one.